Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me while I look into some more MTG market movers for the day and see some really broken stuff like Worldfire from Magic 2013, M13 series. This card was $1.45 for the longest time, and now it's all of a sudden $30. It pretty much is it's an okay, it's not even a good card in Commander because I just hate it. It just doesn't feel like a good card. So I am very interested to see why this card is just spiked up. It looks like a buyout for sure. $24 on TCG Player. If you guys know any information about this, please let me know. It is banned in Commander, so there goes my Commander theory. It's terrible in Commander anyways. Durga Hedge Mage from Commander Anthology. This guy is still climbing, flatlining a bit, but his average price is spiking all over the place. You can apparently get him from TCG Play for $1.45. I'd probably expect him to be closer to the $2 range, just because TCG Play is a bit slow. Savage Beating from Darksteel, an amazing card. I actually really like this card. I have it in my Dinosaur deck. Got it a while ago when dinosaurs were a thing. I forgot when that was. Ixalan sometime. Yeah, it's a great card. Is it good enough for it to spike up from pretty much $15 to $30? That I'm not too sure, but obviously people are really wanting to use this card for some Commander shenanigans, I bet. Torsky, Barrow Secret. Now, this is the promo edition. The other cards in this are still worth around about $8, so there's nothing special about this. He's in Standard and Modern, but mostly in Standard. Yeah, mostly in Standard, but he is played in Modern as well, and it would be fun to play him in Modern. It's not exactly the most expensive of Modern cards, as crazy as it is to say, but in those ones that he is in, he might be more expensive than you want him to be. Let's just do a quick checkout on what the Galgari, what's it called? Modern. Demonic Tutor. I don't know why that was so hard to say. I was trying to say it all at the same time. He's on the sideboard. Is he actually in the main deck at all? Man, this deck looks awesome. What the? Okay, this deck looks actually awesome. I love the idea of playing with Yawgmoth, Wall of Roots, Stranglegeist. Okay, no, not that guy. That's super expensive. Young Wolf, that's great. Giraffe's Messenger, good card. Yep, fun. Yeah, fun. Maybe not that fun. I haven't played with that card. Yeah, fun. Eldritch Evolution, good card. Modern Horizons 2. Cradle, each land is a forest in addition. That is amazing. Yogborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Yeah, that's good. Quarter Calling. Feels like a pretty busted but awesome deck to play, actually. Looks like fun. Curse of, I haven't seen it played, but let me know if that is actually a fun deck to play. It may not be. Curse of Misfortunes from Dark Ascension. This feels like a weird buyout again. It was actually trending down before this spike up. So at the beginning, sorry, it makes perfect sense why it's going up. It's just not a good curse. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library for a curse card. Put that doesn't have the same name as a curse attached to an enchanted player. Put it onto the battlefield attached to that player, then shuffle your library. Wait, enchant? Okay. It's actually not a bad one. It still says 30 cents. It's in Legacy, Depths, and Animator. Sorry, this is more of a questioning kind of what is going on with certain cards. So there's 65 versions of this. The cheapest one you can get it for without any filters. There's a Korean one for $1. Okay, you're out of luck. This is actually completely bought out. This is going to spike and continue spiking. You got Arabian from Legends. Now, I think I mentioned I had this card. I just didn't spend anywhere near as much as what this card is asking for, even at the time I got it. Just a couple of years ago, probably a couple of years ago. $7. Yeah, I didn't even get it for $7. I got it for like $5. It doesn't even feel like I got it for $5. Like maybe $3 or something. It's kind of heavily played, but I mean $62 for this one. And no, I don't have the Chronicles version of it. I had this one. I'm pretty sure. Why does the Chronicles have the same icon? I thought it was a bit different. But anyways, Cruel Reality from Amonkhet. Not very much of a, like, it's a bit of a spike. It's almost like 30%. But I will admit, to what this card used to be, it's not that much. But this is probably another one of those complete buyouts. I'd be surprised if you can find another one of these right now. Snuff Out from Dual Decks Anthology. Very slow moving, constant but slow. So it started off at $3.72, now sitting at around about $9.50. Pretty cool. I don't know if I have one of these in my collections, but if you have one, maybe look into seeing what it's going to be useful for, and if you want to unload it if you're not using it. Something I was thinking about as well. Hellkite Charger moving up to almost $3.86, a dragon card that really moved after the dragons came out. Carpet of Flowers from Secret Lairs, a lot of presumption about where this card is going to go. It's already a $23 card, actually quite expensive. Jando's Ring from Arabian Nights. Huge buyouts for this one. Look at this. Jumping from $31 to $47 and then jumping back down to $28 and then jumping up to $50. Yep, I'd be careful with this one. It looks like someone really wants to make sure that they sell it at the top, and they're buying out to get that to happen. Moving to Standard, you can see that most of the movement is happening in, well, not Standard. It's not happening in Standard at all. In fact, this has been a very quiet week. The biggest is a 8% move for Baleful Mastery, and the biggest drop is 10% from Alayla Artful Provocateur. But that's from the Brawl deck. That's a 10% drop, and this is an 8% gain. Nothing crazy. Moving over to Pioneer, you got Smothering Tide still on the list for 1% gain, but Rhythm of the Wild is the big one to talk about. $7.50, a 15% gain. Pretty impressive, actually. Biggest drop is Kogan's Command, 7% drop, sitting at $14.85. Moving to Modern, Savage Beating, a 43% gain for the day, now sitting at $30. Hercules Recall, 14% gain to now sit at $8.22. And Curse of Misfortune, the one we just covered, now completely out. 41% gain to now sit at $2.32. 7% drop for Sword of Feast and Famine. Orok Champion is now $40, dropping down by 7%. And really nothing too much to talk about. I'll do a quick cover for the stocks and market as a whole, and I will split this into two videos as I have done in the past, just because someone might be interested. So if you're joining this, thanks for joining me while looking at some MTG stocks. Oh God, I'm going to cut that. Thanks for joining me while looking to the actual stock market. Okay, so straight into it. The dollar looks like it is weakening. Now, every single time you guys join me, it looks like I have different graphs on, but the one I always keep is a SMA 950 180, but I actually changed that to 200 because I don't trust the 180 anymore. It lets me know what the momentum is, so anything that moves below this red line tells me that it's a sell, especially if it closes below the red, and anything that gains above the red, obviously it is a good time to buy. Now it actually fits pretty well for that. You can see there's a buy here, a sell there, buy. And right now it's sitting at a sell. Now this is for the US dollar. If the US dollar drops, then a lot of other things are going to move up. Moving on to gold. Gold is looking pretty weak. Right now every single thing is above it. If it breaks down below this trend line, it will follow a similar pattern like this, where another buy pattern would probably be 1725 or 1680. But you want confirmation for both of those, otherwise it's going to be dangerous to catch a falling knife. But right now it looks like the momentum is to the downside. Sorry, gold. Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin I was and am still worried about. It looks like it is banging its head on the 200. It is banging its head on the 50. It's got the 20 and the 9 above it, putting pressure on it. Like, seriously, the golden cross is just there. You can see it's just there. And if it can just touch that golden cross, it might just dump. But if it can touch the golden cross, there is some potential there. But you can see on the MACD that it's actually negative for the momentum. And even though on the RSI it is oversold, it's completely oversold, but it's not providing any good bounces. Like you can see here, there's a chance that Bitcoin could take off. But with so many things going against it, it's hard to predict. But the market is predictably unpredictable. So I'm going to say that Bitcoin, if it closes its daily above 46,000 for one day, above the 200, I am bullish for Bitcoin. If it doesn't close below 46,000, it is going to drop down and retest 42,000 right around about here. You can see that that's a previous level of resistance. It bounced, fell over it. If it breaks that, then it's going to get to 38,000. If it breaks that, then it's got no support until it hits 30,000. That's not good. Right now, it is a pocket of turbulence that the plane is driving over. It's actually quite scary. The VIX quite stable at 1929, which is strange. I'm expecting it to drop, but it really does depend on the CPI and the jobs report that will be coming out this week. If they're both good, guess what? The market's going to do worse. When the market does worse, everything does worse. Except for dollar. Yeah, except for the dollar. The dollar should do better. You got the US 10-year still trying to bounce its way above the 200-day moving average. It's got a lot of things going for it underneath, but you can see that all of this effort that it put in, it's gotten nowhere. So this is actually a positive relationship. The momentum is to the upside, but the price movement keeps banging its head off the 200-day moving average. So until it can give a confirmation on the fact that this is a good time to buy, this is going to be tricky. But when the US 10-year breaks above the 200 firmly, that'll be scary. If it breaks really hard below the 200, then that'll also be scary. So what it pretty much means, if it goes above 1.5, let's say, then the market will sell off because inflation is going to be something that everyone's going to be worried about, and interest rates are going to rise with the banks not making much money. It's going to be really bad. If the market drops, then guess what? The banks are going to lower interest rates. The Federal Reserve is probably going to go to zero again, or keep it at zero. It might even go to negative at some point in the future. It's just going to be crazy. The Australian dollar has taken a bit of a dump. It had a lot of reasons to stay above this moving average, but it could not hold and fell over again. US oil and UK oil, there's a chance that both of these are pushing for $100 by the end of this year. If that happens, that is going to be a painful reality for a lot of countries. Copper, Dr. Copper, still doing pretty well. There's a buy indicator. It's above a lot of its moving averages. If copper moves, then the stock market will move as well. That's just how it has been working for a long time now. And looking at all the others, it looks like it's going to be a very interesting day and week. And probably the next 2 months are going to be fun as well. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I think that covers everything. See you next time, and take care.